Good morning and welcome to another Q&A Monday. This week's question is, what stops people from growing? Well, I think a lot of times people don't understand that if they're not growing, they're actually moving backwards. And so sometimes the best way to help someone understand the importance of growth is to sit down with them, figure out where they want to be in the next 5 years, and help them discover what growth will have to happen for them to get there. I think a lot of people, I've heard people say once they got out of high school, they didn't care if they ever read a book again. And the truth is, if you really study successful people, one of the most common characteristics that most of them have is they're all learning based. And so I think for a lot of people, either they've never really understood the importance of learning, or they've certainly never saw it as a secret weapon, if you will, to having a better quality life and a successful life. So I think if you sit down with that person and really talk about their dreams and their goals, because people won't do things for our reasons. They will do things for their reasons. And sometimes they have to be reminded of what their big rocks and their big reasons are. And so I love this process where you sit down with someone and you figure out, what has to happen in the next so many years for you to be happy with your progress or happy with your life or happy with your business. And then part of that process will allow you to point out to them, or even, again, people won't do what we tell them, they'll do what they self-discover. Maybe you could ask them what things they need to learn. Do they think they need to still learn to be able to accomplish that and get to that? And so as leaders, I know one of our most frustrating things are trying to get or feeling like we want more for our people than they want for themselves. And so hopefully it's just something they've never discovered the importance of, and not something where they're just someone who is against being learning based. I know for my own criteria to be a part of my team or to be in my world, in my business world in any way, learning based is probably one of the most important criteria for me, is that someone else is learning based, because I don't feel like we can grow as a business with people that aren't growing themselves. And then in return, as a leader, I can't help people grow or help our business grow if I'm not growing. And so it's kind of a two-way street. I have to encourage them to grow, and then I have to make sure I'm growing also. So thank you, and see you next week.